Hello everyone, welcome back to MK Codes, and in this video, just as you saw in the thumbnail, we are going to see about comprehensions. So let's get started. A comprehension is similar to what you call set builder format in sets in mathematics. Only if you know that. For those who don't know what is set builder format, it's a functional way to create a list of things. So let's say you wanted to have a list of numbers from 1 to 10. You could represent it in two ways, okay? I hope with the magic of editing I get the things up in the screen. So the two ways are, one, you can just declare the list and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 into that list. And another way, an interesting way, is to declare a condition based upon which all numbers can be added to the list. So the condition for in this case will be a is the variable to which we are checking if this condition is working. For a, when a is an integer and a is greater than 0 and lesser than 11. So that is, if you simplify, it would include all the numbers from 1 to 10. So that's a comprehension, and for different data types in Python such as lists, dictionaries, hash tables, sets, constructors and many more, we'll see all of them. And for all of them there is a way to build comprehensive whatever it is. So onto my screen, what we'll see right now is list comprehension. So let's name it list 1, and the a variable which we saw there will be called I here, and I for I in range 1 to 11. So this range is a function which basically means all the numbers from the small number till it reaches a point where it's kind of lesser than the second number. So two things to note here is that the first number is included in the set and the last number is not included in the set, okay? You can remember like included and not included format. So yeah, this is a set builder format or a comprehension, whatever you want to call it, way of adding numbers from 1 to 10 in list 1. So let's print it out to see what exactly happened to our comprehension. If we run it, yeah, it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't store in this way. It's a convenience for us developers to add numbers in an easy way. Let's say I wanted to add only even numbers from 1 to 50. So the range will be 51, point to note, and we can add a condition ahead of the statement saying if I %2 is equal to 0. So let's go over it once again. It has become a little complicated. So what we want to do is take a variable I which is in the range 1 to 51 only if it is even number, and the condition we use for even number is I modulus 2 is equal to 0. So this is Modulus Operator. If you didn't know what it is, go back to my basic video on mathematical operators. So now if we run this, what I should hopefully see is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and all the even numbers till 50. And Now next we will see dictionary comprehension, and the way to go for it is you first put the number, I mean the key, and then you put semicolon and value. Let's say I am creating a dictionary containing the value and the square of that, cube of that number. That would be a little more difficult to implement. Just a change of number actually. So this is how you do comprehension, and only this part is different. Everything except else is just the same as the previous one. So I is the key and I to the power 3 is the value here, and for I in range 1 to 100, no, let's keep it simple because it's going to be a very long list otherwise. And again let's do it only for even numbers, so that way we'll see a new thing as well as make the dictionary a little small. Looks like there's some problem here. I just had to use the curly braces instead of square brackets. That way it's a complete comprehension. Now if we run this, what we should see is what we expect. Okay, not what we expect. Let's print it out first, otherwise we can't hope it to work just like that. Now what we see is what we expected: 2, 8, 4, 64, 6, 216, 8, 512 and 10,000. So as simple as that, that's what a comprehension is. You compress a big thing into a functional statement. Now next thing is called a constructor, and it uses curly braces too, but the thing is that it doesn't have key value pair. What it has is a list. So, but the difference between constructor and a list is that a list is just a list of whatever you give it, but a constructor is more particular. It's very choosy. It takes only numbers that are not already in the list. So let's create a sample list here and call it A equals to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here is a list containing almost 15 to 20 items, but it's only composed of 10 unique numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But the thing is that some of the numbers are repeated. So what if we wanted to filter out only the numbers which are there not repeated into a list? Okay, so I for I in A. So A is basically the previous list that we declared here, and I for I in A. Yeah, that's it. That's a constructor. Now if we print this, what I expect to see is 1, 2, 3, okay. What we expected to see is what we have here. And one more unique thing about constructor is that it arranges the values. So here what we saw is that we put 4 ahead of 3, but in the final list what we see is that it's in complete order. So if I were to put the 6 or somewhere over here, okay, sorry, somewhere here, what I expect to see is the same thing again. Now that's a constructor. And the next iterable comprehension is, let's say you wanted to make a dictionary of lists and its capitals, cities and capitals. Okay, how do you do that? First, let me make a list of cities. I live in India, so I'm going to include Indian cities only. Chennai, Bangalore, Trivandrum, Delhi, Kolkata. So not Kolkata. So here we have the major cities, and let's also create a list of states. So list of states, and the first one, Chennai, is in Tamil Nadu, and Bangalore, I think, is in Karnataka. Trivandrum is in Kerala. Delhi is in Delhi. That's the capital of India. And Kolkata is in West Bengal. So what we want to create here is a dictionary which has the state and the city matched. Okay, so let's name a dictionary, curly brackets, and state to the city for state city and zip of state city. So what this code does is it first zips the states list and cities list together into a zip item. So this is a unique function in Python. So it takes and each value and puts it into the corresponding value, and for this zip item, it's an iterable item, mind that. We are going to take two values, state and city, and we are going to assign it to the index dictionary. So what we can do here is we can print index, and what I expect to see is what it is showing. What we have here is a comprehensive list, dictionary, and constructor, and yet another dictionary. So we saw how to make this, and if you want, I'll put a link to this code in the description, just in case you didn't type along with me already. So that's it for today. Please till tomorrow's video comes, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.